Alright, I'll do a quick another video. I'll try to slow it up as far as explanation. The Honeywell FMS is tied to this Align off Align nav and ATT. I forget what ATT stands for. Once I start at the airplane, I'm going to select nav to get the alignment going, and then I'm going to see in the FMS I'm going to be in this page. Let me just pull up the page that normally you would have. So this is the page. It's going to start saying, it's going to give you these options. So you have FMS position, IRS 1 and 2, and you're going to look at the position initiate. So I'm sorry, this will be the page that you have when you do start the alignment process. GPS 1, if you know your last position is correct, you want to compare that. Then you would load this. After it's loaded, flight plan. I've already put the flight plan information in. This is one page of 7. Next. So here's your waypoints. So if you know the runway departure, gives us options here. We're in Dubuque. So runway 31 is what we selected. We hit line select 2 on the right, and then after putting in the flight plan, we would perf init, performance initiate. So you would go to this option, and that's in perf initiate. It's going to give you an initiation page 1 through 5, and you're simply going to go through each page and verify the information. Fuel reserve, if you'd like to change that. And this is the page where this would be blank. There'd be no information in here, and you would simply type in the initial cruise altitude, so your final segment, the altitude that you're cruising at, that altitude, and then wind information. You get that information from the flight planning software. 20 minutes, okay. Here's your basic operating weight. That normally is going to be there. As far, you can change that information, but the fuel would be what fuel you have on board. And again, if you want to change that, you would hit line select or put in a number. Let's say right now, let's see what. So right now, 5960. So I'm going to simply change that to 5960, and it puts that information in this scratch pad. We call this the scratch pad. So that I want up here. So I'm just going to pull it from the scratch pad up to left align select 2 on the fuel page. We got 2 passengers, and that's going to calculate it at 180. You can change these values, and then once I've got that, I can change my cargo weight just for shits and giggles. Let's change 2. Actually, let's go 0, and then 2. So you can see our gross weight. So once I have my gross weight, it's going to ask me, do you want to confirm that? At that point, that's when I'm going to pull out the speed, my takeoff speeds, and depending on what type of configuration performance values you have, E takeoff, alt takeoff, alternate, and then takeoff mode. So different power settings for the engine, which will give you different values on N1. So there's your N1. And simply after that, I get my speed. I'm sorry, the weight. I'm going to put that information in the speeds here. So there's your V1 speed, VR, V2 speed, and if we got to come back around, your approach speed. And then final segment, I would put up here on 54. So since our weight is 37,859, I'm just going to round that up to 38, and we are taking off in alt mode. So that is there, alt TO. I can change that again. That's the takeoff mode. Since it's alt mode, alt takeoff at 38,000. So 38. I got V1. That's 106. Rotate speed 114. V2 123. So putting those numbers just as I see them. 106, 114, 123. And then my approach speed, since I'd be approaching back basically about the same, 38,000. I'm going to look at my approach and climb. These charts, they'll give this to you in the sim. 38,000. So 38. Got some icing today, so 38. 129 plus your wind, your correction. So I'm coming up with 134. And again, they'll show you that in the sim. I just kind of want to give you an overview of what to expect and start playing around with the FMS here. I do have a software. I'll probably see if I can try to send that to you so you can play with this. Yeah, that's pretty much it. We're done. I'll go to one side, I'll have the flight plan, the active flight plan. On the other side, I'll go to progress, and that's going to tell me my estimated time. The fuel, how much fuel I plan on having when I land. All right.